Well, usually it's good news when we have 3 players up here after a game because it means 3 people kind of played really well. And we, obviously tale of 2 games, the first quarter and whatever, and then the last, I don't know, probably 2 and 3 quarters. We went small, and that certainly changed the game. Spread them out a lot differently. We changed our ball screen defense, and that seemed to be effective too. So, but I told him you can't be down 20 against that good of a team, and we've got to learn from that. They played really well early. Part of it was they played really well, and part of it was we didn't. But they got a lot of confidence, and then we fought all the way back, and I thought we just maybe got a little fatigued there in the fourth quarter. We had the back-to-back turnovers, and then Richardson Smith hit that deep 3, which was a contested deep shot, and then it was back to 7. But I felt really good late, from mid third quarter to right about that 6 or 7 minute mark when they created that separation. Like we had all the momentum. I thought the crowd was great, we'll learn some things from today. And you get tired of saying that because you want to win. But I also look at the youth on our team, and Tony's group is older, especially on the perimeter. They're 5th year, 4th year players, and they played like it early on the road. So, like I said, I think we'll learn from this and give ourselves an opportunity to be better because I think we found out some things about our team today.
Yes, from your guys' perspective, obviously the 3 quarters you pretty much outplayed them and looked like, what you should look like as far as how you guys could execute. But what do you think in that first quarter? If you could put a finger on what went wrong, what contributed to the slow start, and why you had so much trouble?
I just think it was mainly our communication. I mean, we knew the scout, but we weren't really talking about screens or what we had talked about earlier in the locker room. And it's just, mainly just communicating to each other about when the switches were happening and who we were helping off of. Which, we talked about that in the next huddle, and that's why when we came back out, that's why our defense looked better because we actually started talking and communicating.
I just think our focus on personnel was more intense, and we started switching screens, and I don't know, I think our pressure just increased, and I think that started bothering them, and they started missing shots, which led to our offense. We kind of knew they were kind of slowing down, getting a little tired, so I think my teammates did a good job of setting screens for me. They were really pressuring on screens, so I tried to just keep moving on offense, and they found me with the ball, and I tried to drive it whenever I saw the lane open.
Yes, obviously you don't want to be 0-2 in conference, but given what you guys are dealing with, obviously we talked about, I'm not sick of hearing about, the injuries you're going through, but what positives do you take away from this weekend as far as things this group, the healthy players, can build on so that way it doesn't snowball on you?
I think we showed a lot of fight today. I think we can definitely build on that. We need to play a whole game, obviously, and not just 3 quarters. But I think that we can learn from, we can play with all of these teams. There's not one team that we can't play with. So I think that definitely helps us.
Even during that first quarter, there were a couple times where you had 2 or 3 chances at it, and they just weren't going. Was that enough to keep things, keep it going, and we can get this turned around? We just got to make the shots. Was that part of it too? What didn't seem as big that should get that big the way everybody was hustling.
Yeah. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't disappointed in our offense in the first quarter. I was way more disappointed in our defense. And again, they hit some tough shots, like dribble into a pull-up jump shot. But we gave up back-to-back threes to Richardson Smith on plays that we can't give up. She hit a couple deep ones, and the 2 threes that Richardson 24 hit in the second half, we weren't guarding her from a personnel standpoint, so we can live with that. But I wasn't super disappointed with our offense. Because I felt like we weren't that far away. We're a team that depends on making shots, but I thought to be down, to give up 30, you know, if we give up 22 or 24 against a team that, you know, like I said, they played really well. It's not, but you can't give up 30 in your own building in a quarter.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess obviously you see a lot of success out of the small lab tonight. Is that something you maybe look at long term as far as how, I know you played a lot of minutes and
Yeah.
fatigue is obviously a factor, but with the way that lineup played,
Yeah.
I guess what do you think about that long term as far as how you can play in this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Audrey's a really tough you know, she's probably not going to go 5 for 7 from the 3 every night, and you know, really 5 for 6 until she had to force that one at the end. But yeah, we're harder to guard that way. And you know, I talked to our post players after the game and said, you know, look, you're in most ways you're doing the best you can, but we have to have you take and make, you know, 16, 17 footers, because our floor spacing needs to be better. I mean, what they did early was they pressured everybody out and took away passes, and then they sat there 5 in the lane where you can't back cut, you can't curl to the basket, you know. So it was really effective, and we were tentative, you know, catching to shoot 15 to 17 footers, and we have to make that jump, because there'll be not every team in the league will play us like that. Not every team has the perimeter quickness to do what Seton Hall did, or the size at the 5 to defend that way. But we have to be a more versatile group that way. Otherwise, then you're weighing, okay, are we that much better on defense and on the glass than we are better offensively with Audrey, you know? And we got tired, I thought, you know, in the fourth quarter, but I thought they did too. But certainly the back-to-back turnovers, you know, that was a huge thing. But as far as going forward, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want, you know, and we've kind of known this because we play Audrey at the 5 in practice some, and we've played some stretches of games, but it just felt like it was it felt today like it was our best opportunity to win, based on how far behind we were and how effective we were. And you know, the other part of that is that they don't really want to throw the ball inside to score. So we were able to switch a lot of screens and we switched Lauren onto their post players, and because we felt like we were more okay with them playing to a post mismatch than giving up something by defending a ball screen the way we normally would, because their guards are really shifty and really good off ball screens. And so we made a defensive adjustment, and it probably worked out better just because of the fact that they don't really like to throw it inside too much.